Hello, Anti here with another run for you today. As always, feel free to ask questions in the comments or in the Discord. Consider subscribing and liking this video, and let's begin. We are playing Cedric, a character which encourages you to play with high curse due to his starting perks. That is a strong character, and the playstyle of going high curse is also very strong, but I don't like it to go for. It's just a matter of preference, because there are people in the Discord, which you should also join, by the way, that are playing with high curse and also can consistently win on highest challenger climbs, so it's just a matter of preference. And so this, because I usually don't play high curse, this is a hard character for me. So, and I'm not very experienced with him because of the same reason. So forgive me if I make stupid mistakes or bad decisions. Since I had a good start for Treefolks, decided to go with that. It's probably the start you want to go for if you're playing to play Treefolks, which is kinda strong in the early game due to the fact that AD and HP scaling, and usually in the early game there's not much things that can one-shot you, so the Treefolks will sprout at least once or twice guaranteed. And in order to follow this idea, I took the opening prayer for the damage resistance in the early stage of fight. So opening prayer is an excellent choice when you're playing Treefolks, because it allows them to scale for free. It's important to have your units in continuous chain when you're playing Cedric for the 15% damage amp. So time bomb to help with scaling of Treefolks even more, like more HP, damage in the overtime. That's all very good when you're playing Treefolks. Took Golem Guardian again because my units want to scale, though it was a table deal, so I'll probably won't be able to beat it, but it's okay. Vault of Banishment decided to go with at least one investment. I don't usually do that because I think that rerolls in the early game are more helping you more than banishment. It's a great vault if you want to go for maybe rares, or if you're looking for rares or uncommons. And since there are less uncommons and rares in the pool, it's easier to ban all of them. All of the unnecessary ones. And each ban has more affects the chances of finding you finding the desired unit is increased. But on the commons, it's not that strong, and Treefolks mostly care about their common units, namely Morris, who is only a ranged fighter in Treefolks. Sure, I can. Someone can argue that Treefolks really like going for Ivy with the rare unit, and I agree with that, but it's too risky to plan to use the banishment books, waste star points in the early game in order to have stronger late game. So and because I want my units common units to high tier, I decided to go for Game of Chance, especially with the fact that Cedric doesn't really care about high curse this much, so... And as you can see, it allowed me to get important tier ups. Even got tier 4 Bark. Decided to go for the Flame Mark, since it's just a free shred for the entire combat on enemy unit. It's a good trait even without the spell power aspect. And Flash is generally better than Crosby because of the Ignite, so... Flame Mark is a good choice. Still purchasing enchants just because I don't like playing high curse. And found the sword, which is nice. More AD better. Another sword from a Cactus Nymph, don't mind if I do. Stasis potion on button, because he is the only frontlaner, so when he stays in stasis, my units can kill all the backline. Maybe not all of them, but at least a couple of them before he become active again. Could have went for Mana Burner for Oakengard maybe, or Otto's Scepter or Otto Smarts, but decided to go for Gera's Experiments. Decided to make the Bark tier 5, since I could have maybe tier upped my Morris or what's his name? Tick, but there's a chance that I'll find tier 4 and Morris and tier 4 Tick even without this buff, without the tier up from the Hex, while I can't get... Well, it's hard to get tier up, tier 5 unit, so I decided to do that, to go for the guaranteed improvement. Beat the boss thanks to Ignite potion. That's nice. Didn't comment on the pick, the fact that I picked Bloodhood, but don't think it really needs a big explanation. A lot of healing provides time for Treefolks to scale, and that's what they want, so decided to go for Clockwork Industries since glows are banned, sadly, and Morris really liked Thunder Dirk, or maybe superior speed on him, so not having any attack speed is hurts. So, and Clockwork Industries allows me to get Searsting Blade, which permanently increases attack speed, and which is very good. Put Dumbledore in order to activate mages. Going for more star points since I'm trying to tear up my Morris. Shredding the most healthy guy to make the most out of the damage amplification. Maybe should have went for attack lodestone, but decided to get summoning shard for Morris in order to tear up him faster. The Vulcanos into the ship in order for my units to advance to the enemy backline. At least the Barcu and Dumbledore did. So it's not that important, but it's still. Meteor Shower is not that good since... Well, not that good because I don't play on a lot of flame units, but Treefolk boost is nice. Getting Searsting Blade for attack speed on Morris. Tier 3 Morris is nice, but the fact that summoning shard takes up an item slot, it's not that good. But thankfully it'll be automatically taken off when he gets tier 4, so it's not a problem. Still have common duplicator, so I need only 2 more copies of Morris. Here I went for the skill lodestone, which will allow me to get Glovis, maybe? I don't remember what I did with it. Item remover in order to replace summoning shard with a skill lodestone, because I don't care about Morris' skill. Most of the damage comes from his AD and other ancients. Stuff on the Dumbledore, he's an excellent user of it. And as a 6th unit, I'll probably just get Ivy in order to activate the 2nd stage of Treefolks. Went for Dragon Calling Bell just because I can afford to lose this fight, so. And that's a little bit of help extra. One important thing about Dance Sphere Drot, I'm not sure if it pronounces like that, but the breakdance potion is that it doesn't change the enemy's mana cost. So if you put it on the unit with on maybe Alderieta, who has 160 max mana, he will have to spend all 160 mana on breakdance before he can cast his skill. So it's usually better to go for either scary skills, like I did it on Sparky, since he is tier 4, so he does a lot of damage with his cast. Or could have maybe put it on Sir Sparkles, since his skill takes a lot of mana. But lost it anyways, because it was a devil deal, so it's not big deal. Don't care about less spell power, and also I like getting gloves. Don't want power suit. It's not that great, and it's not worth the gold, at least in this setup. Got tier 4 Morris. summoning shard on Tumblegore, since he is the second carry, if I can say, if it makes sense. He is the second one who does the most amount of damage. Using items on dummy, since I can always get them back. Maybe going for Spite Gauntlets wasn't that good idea, but it applies shred, so, and it also gives a lot of AD, so maybe it was a good decision after all. Maybe Wicked Slasher, well, item that was called Kopish, would be better, since AD boost is nice, but it doesn't matter, I think. T-Fuel Elixir is great because I have Summoning Shard, so it essentially is almost 3 copies of a unit for free. Don't want Willow, since my Bark is tier 5 and Tick is tier 4, so... and Ivy's shield is better than Willow's damage, so... using weaponized Rainbow Slime on one of the healers in order to disrupt the second stage of healers. Don't really need Rainbow Rock, so decided to go with Ruin Thief. Well, Power Suit is not the best, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Got Xander Dirk on Morris, which is a huge spike. Pip Potion on the full mana target makes it makes that it doesn't have a downside, and it also allows my units to focus Sargon first. Finally moved the flame war banner from Barq, who doesn't really care about spell power, moved it to Dumbledore, who makes very good use of spell power. And Pauldron of Milo and Barq. Chose this part because my comp likes to fight very slowly, so I'll almost always will get the song bonus. Forget to flame arc unit, I think, but it shouldn't be a problem. With 250 AD Morris and 200 attack speed, yeah, there's only a few fights that can kill this comp. I don't have a good user of Mastermind, but Barq is still better than nothing, I guess. Also got Dumbledore tier 4, so Mastermind goes on him. Now he is extremely strong. Duelist banner for a little bit of stance for Ivy and Tick. And Pyrokid also just better than nothing. Retreat Ivy is nice, sad that I can't get tier 3 flash, but it's okay. Flame Mark on Kyo because he has more armor than Deadhead, so Shred will be more effective on him. Decided to move Flame Mark from to Deadhead for the damage amplification. Sadly, Deadhead got a very lucky amount of resets, so it's a restart. Now we are fighting Kyodini, who is much weaker than River. Weaponized Rainbow Slime on the leader. Probably should have positioned differently. At least the dummy should stay in the back in order to attract the darkness cast. Yeah, this fight was very bad positioning on my part. I apologize for that. It was terrible. Now we are fighting with Leotas, who is arguably the best out of the easiest out of the three. At least, I mean, for this comp specifically, since my comp don't mind fighting in the overtime. The longer they wait, the longer, the higher AD and HP my units will have. Decided to use Berserker Potion, since my rival is Otto, and Otto is not that scary of an opponent, so barely won it with only Ivy standing, but win is a win. Fighting Kyodini again. This time used weaponized rainbow slime on the correct target, since Darkness is by far the strongest out of the 4 mythics that Chiodini uses. Some comps don't like fighting against Frisky, but this comp shouldn't struggle with killing Frisky or Pangurban. And that's GG. Had a lot of mistakes during this run. I apologize for that, but other than that, it was a decent run, yes. Purely piloted, but it is what it is. Win is a win. Thanks for watching, I really hope you enjoyed. Consider subscribing or leaving a like. See you soon, bye!